Hey, thanks for calling the Beards and Sundries Market. You've reached Jay. Leave a message after the tone.
Hello, this is Derek with the Good Beard, and I'm here to provide a public service announcement. Do not, I repeat, do not listen to the Beards and Sundries podcast on an empty stomach. You will suffer great hunger pains that will make you crave every bit of deliciousness they describe on the pod. You have been warned. Thank you.
You've reached the Beards and Sundries podcast, where things get gay and hilarious. You've made it past seasons 1, 2, and 3. Now you've reached season 4, the hottest season yet. This season's gonna be the tits. Now, sit down, strap on, in, and get ready to laugh your asses off with your 3 bearded hosts, because they've been waiting all week to get you hot for this show. Now, welcome your hosts, Jay, Anthony, and Joe.
And welcome back.
I don't know what to say now. Oi, bruv!
Top of the morning to ye.
Shit. Welcome back
God,
to
he's gotten older.
season 4, episode 11
Oh my
of
God.
Beards and Sundries.
It sounds like every episode he's getting more constipated and angry about it.
I haven't pooped since. we
Why
started
won't this shit come out?
Every week he gets closer and closer to Parliament.
One of these days I'm going to show up in one of those wigs, the powder wigs.
Oh,
Every week he's getting much closer to being elected into our government.
Have you guys seen that South Park episode with Bono where Stan's dad, Randy, does
The
big
poop.
poop? Yeah,
Yep.
that's going to be me
Hot, hot, hot,
January
hot, hot,
1st,
hot, hot, hot.
2025.
And Bono is
Excellent.
the actual shit. Anyways,
Anyways.
yes, welcome back.
That's right, guys. It's time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where 3 gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry item in each episode.
Whoa. My name's Jay. It's weird. I can't do this. My name is Jay, and it's weirdly alarming as an adult to look back at how many boyfriends I met from MySpace.
Oh,
Ooh.
that is alarming.
Would you call them your bottom 8 since you're a top?
Oh, see, back then I was more like, whatever, and even though I hated what I was doing.
You were popping that bubble like Glenda. Woo!
But
Goddamn.
sure, something. I wasn't good at it.
Well, related, I'm Anthony, and unlike Mark Zuckerberg, I'll fist fight Elon Musk for real.
Oh, let's sell tickets. Is that on the bingo card?
I don't know, but we can put it on there and I'll go beat his ass up.
It should be. Well, I'm Joe, and I've almost given up on getting rid of all the notifications that are plaguing my home screen because there are so many. But that means that today's sundry item is social media. Ooh. Beardo's social media is a way to keep connected, keep informed, and stay up to date on the goings-on in this, whatever the hell this is, this hellscape. Today, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the overwhelmingly amount of ugly. But it won't be all doom and gloom. Later on, we're going to talk about the trip that Anthony and I took to Florida for my birthday. But before we get too deep in those DMs, how about this week's voicemail?
We do talk about food a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Also, I
Two
got
very
a...
fat gay men with beards.
Excuse me.
We'll be eating.
2.5.
End of
fat.
sentence.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, thank
only
you for the
half.
half.
Oh, yeah. It is 5 out of 6 balls.
That comes after the break, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
2.5 out of 3 guts. I'm losing weight. No,
What are you going to be, an otter?
I don't know. We got a message this week that's, God, how did it go? They said, there was so much moaning on this episode, and I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm not shocked. And then as I was listening to it, I'm like, we talk about food and we moan a lot. We're just like, oh, no.
Joke's on you, Jay. I think about food and I moan. I moan about food and don't think.
Assuming that's my natural reaction to food.
Mm-hmm.
If you say eggs Benedict to me, I'm just like, poached egg.
I do the Homer
Hollandaise.
Simpson thing a lot. Yeah, I'm always like,
Also, Anthony, when I couldn't think of croque monsieur and you like superimposed all the sandwiches over my face, I died laughing.
You're welcome. I was like, can I do that? And I was like, you know what? I can. I can do anything I want.
magic.
That's right, Beardos. It was my birthday this past Saturday, so Anthony took the editing wheel this past week for me. So thank you very much, Anthony.
Well, I do the animations anyways, so, you know.
Yeah.
But
Anthony, take the wheel. Take it from my hand.
put some Coconut Shore images on the podcast. Well, thank you, Derek. We appreciate that. And hey, in less than a week from the day this airs, we actually get a chance to meet Derek with the good beard over breakfast.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, we'll take pictures.
Yes, please do. We could post those.
Thank you again, Derek.
Yes, thanks, Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
Well, Joe, can I find all of the likes on my notifications in the sundries aisle?
Care emoji.
You can find more than likes. You can share, you can boost this post for $300, or you can get more attention on it. But if you guys are new to the show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an old English word that means odds and ends. Now, today it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as three socially connected gay men with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
Wow. Retweet.
I'll share that. Add it to my story.
Lol.
Hello.
Before we get too far into today's topic of social media, we also want to say to everyone, Happy St. Patrick's Day, because it is indeed that day today, Sunday. So happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Make sure you try to find that pot of gold at the end of my rainbow.
There.
I told Anthony the other day, I was like, luckily for you, St. Patrick's Day is on a Sunday, so you don't have to go to the office and like look for the people that are like, whoa, you're not wearing any green, I'm going to pinch you.
A
And
single
I was like,
person
good,
did
because
that
I won't
to
have
me, I'd
to get you
file
out of
a
prison.
fucking harassment report. God. Ugh. I wish I had green glasses stoppers. I would do that. I love placards, Jay. I use them all the time at work.
Okay, I can't do that. I literally have them stocked all over the house, at my office, and in both cars.
I keep them
because
at work, too.
if something's in my teeth, I'm like, can't do this.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of, I had a little mustache hair go in my mouth and lodge right under one of my implants.
No.
And it was just a couple.
Popcorn kernel?
It was like that a couple days ago, and no matter how hard I brushed or whatever, I rinsed and washed, could not get it out. Thankfully, it was there 2 days because I had a dentist appointment today with a cleaning, and I was like, get it out! And they were like, oh, no problem.
Did they like shrink down to microscopic size and go in there with their spaceship and get it?
Yeah.
No, luckily just a water pick.
I was going to say, do you have a water pick at home?
I don't, and that kind of made me go,
You should get one, because that's what I use for my implants.
Yeah.
Because it is the best way to clean around them. Like, I've got the implant bridges here and here.
Yeah.
And to get, instead of using those floss threaders, because those things, they feel fucking weird when you put them in. I just use that, and it's so much easier.
Yeah, I think about them, but then I'm always like, well, I get great compliments on my teeth with the way I brush. So I'm like, I'm not too worried about it. But that moment made me go, I don't care if I buy it just for that specific moment.
I'm telling you.
People are like, Jay, your teeth are in your head. And that's pretty cool.
The amount of times that I would get like something that just slightly gets under there.
Well, and I don't usually have I mean, I've yet to run into an issue with that. So that's the first time something just went perfectly. And I'm like, stop it. Because for like 2 days, I've been like,
Yeah, I would be
jabbing my tongue over.
I would be sitting there with like floss just wrapped around it and like circling it up and just.
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, man, when we went to Colorado, my implant like hurt. And I'm pretty sure it's because there was a small air bubble in there when we first went.
Oh, I was like, was it that or was just altitude a problem?
Well, altitude and the air bubble. So
okay, well,
yeah, the pressure
altitude
change.
Non-air bubble related. Sorry.
Anyways, we're here to talk about social media, so maybe we should go move on.
Moving on.
Well, let's post this on Facebook
Welcome,
and then it's related.
Everyone. So,
oh my god.
Going back to, my gosh, what do you think would be one of the first ones? Do you think MySpace was the first, or
MySpace
would you
for
say
sure.
So it wasn't like as a first one in general. I mean, I'm thinking like
like
AOL
MSN,
and
yeah,
Zynga,
AOL, that's what
stuff
I was
like
thinking
that.
too, like blogs, kind of.
Do you guys remember? And this is really gonna date me, so just hang.
That's
in
about the only thing that will.
I'm fully married. Which one of us is married?
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah,
quiet.
there you go.
Humbled,
Ginger and
okay.
Ginger crying, folks, right here in the break room.
Anyways, I'm going to have to put this on my calendar. The day that Jay forgot I was married.
I'm going to declare you guilty.
Well, I didn't really forget. I just wanted to trash talk you. That's all.
Yeah, but you did it
That's all.
stupidly.
Okay, go on, bitch.
Anyways, do you guys remember GeoCities?
I remember it. I never used
I remember. Yeah, I remember the name.
Yeah, so GeoCities was sort of like a web building, like free platform where you could build web pages. And people would build these community web pages. So like way back in the day, whenever I was on AOL and like in like early high school, maybe middle school, and really into Dragon Ball Z, really into it. I was in a Dragon Ball Z group, and you would go in there and you talk with people about it. And so that, to me, is my first sort of foray into social media. It just happened to be very specific to, Dragon Ball Z nerds.
It's so weird. Dragon Ball Z doesn't seem like an era you would have existed in. I feel like you're more of a Betty Boop or something like
Jurassic Park.
No. See,
but like before TV's Jurassic Park, like actual Jurassic era.
so Betty Boop feels more
Mesozoic,
like
perhaps.
a new thing, Jay, because I feel like you've been reincarnated from the 1930s.
Honestly, it's true. Mom used to have us watch Betty Boop, and I loved it. Now looking back, I'm like, wow, why am I gay?
My mom loved Betty Boop too. So yeah.
I liked watching Popeye. That was fun.
Well, we know why you liked watching Popeye.
Bluto.
It's the same reason I liked watching Popeye.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
also always craved hamburgers when I watched that because it was the hamburger guy.
I only crave hamburgers on days ending in Y, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no! Is it a hamburger day?
So GeoCities is like my first foray into that. That in like AOL chat rooms.
Yep, that's where kind of the two younger members of this podcast. That's where we came into it more, I think.
I
right,
was
Jay?
Yahoo
like
chat
after
rooms
school
for stuff like
AIM,
that.
You were always chatting with friends after school.
Yeah, definitely MSN Messenger.
Yeah.
And then back then, when I when I had girlfriends, I used to sit and wait for them to get online. So I'd hear doot 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 from their little message, and I was like, and I'd sit around my computer waiting for messages from them.
And you could like change your font color and like change your away message when you weren't there.
God, yeah.
And there were always like those cool artsy people that would like different colors, and they do like song lyrics. And then there was always the friend that was like away or shower, and I was like, bitch, you haven't been in the shower for 3 days. Where the fuck are you?
I wonder what it'd be like nowadays as an adult. I wonder what I'd put on something like that. I'm sure I would do something stupid, sarcastic. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Before we do move on, and just because I'm sitting here thinking about it, did you guys ever use ICQ?
I remember the name, and I just saw you uploaded a sound, so...
I did. Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
ICQ would make this sound, the message sound by default, that when you, because it was a messenger app, and it was so popular amongst gamers, because it was no frills but super functional.
This is the sound I always remembered was for MSN Messenger. It's the one that stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that one. I remember the
Constantly
door
was
opening
there.
and closing
For AOL.
on AIM. Yeah.
Yeah.
My group of friends circles didn't really use MSN. We were all on AIM. So we were always on AIM.
All my classmates were on MSN. We did MSN, and then a few were on Yahoo. I never was really on AIM.
We've talked about it before, but what was your first screen name on there? Because mine was CheeseFreak12, which was spelled CheeseFreak 12, because I got it when I was 12 years old, and I used it all the way through college.
My first screen name on AIM was Zelse, Zelse 316. The first part of it...
I don't remember that Bible verse.
Beardos, if you guys know who Zelse is, get at us. Otherwise, I'll reveal it in next week's episode. But the 316 portion was for... it was not for the Bible. It was for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently I just committed a faux pas, Beardos.
That's my judgy tone. Yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, I think MySpace really was it.
I don't remember my first screen name at all. Like, I just do not have a memory for that at all. But MySpace definitely was my first main social media.
Well, then let's go ahead and move on to I think we're going to classify this as like the first big like phenomenon of social media sites, and I think we can all kind of agree that MySpace was like the big foundation where a lot of people started. You think?
MySpace was where I got my first friend, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Tom. Good for you, Tom. You know MySpace is still there, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Who owns it at some point now?
Isn't it like a music?
Yeah. It's
like
a
a
music
music platform?
I
Yeah,
swore
it's
at
a
one
music
point I
platform.
thought like Justin Timberlake bought it, but I do not think that's right. I just thought it was somebody weird bought it.
Fun fact real quick about him. Did you know that he coined the ba-da-ba-ba-ba that McDonald's uses?
I did not.
Justin Timberlake wrote that, and he has it copyrighted. So if he ever falls on tough times, he still makes that McDonald's money.
That's been a random Joe fact.
Ah, that's right. I forgot I made that.
I'll plug that in when I edit. Thank you. So yeah, MySpace was kind of like the first foray for a lot of people to kind of cater their space, I guess would be a great place to put it. You had your own page that you would log into with credentials, and you would log in and you had this landing page that was yours. You would customize it, you'd put pictures up, you could upload pictures, you could upload journal entries, whatever you were thinking, and then you had your friends, and they were grouped into the top 8. And what you would do is you would put them in order as you saw fit. And I don't know about you guys, but in my school, in my circle of friends, it was pretty, like, it could get pretty heated. If you moved someone out of your top 8, or if you replaced your top number 1 spot, if you were dating somebody, you'd put them in number 1, or if your friend, and, like, your top 8 was it.
I definitely remember the wildfires of drama and gossip when you moved people around and what it really meant in high school and how wild that was. But I also didn't MySpace allow you to see who's looked at your profile?
I think it did.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that's how I was like, ooh, this cute guy looked at my profile. I'm going to message him because I was desperate.
Oh, I did the same thing a few
And
times too.
nothing
I
has
cannot deny it.
And now I'm only a little bit desperate. Not as desperate.
So I was in high school between the years of 2002 and 2006. And that was kind of, I don't know if that was when they were in their heyday, but it was definitely a big deal. MySpace was at the forefront. And I remember everyone taking pictures like this.
I I could pull out my my external hard drive and look up all the pictures I took with stupid 5 megapixel digital cameras where they're kind of not centered, and we're like, and
I had a 5 megapixel camera too.
I remember how much you spent on cameras because you're just like, we have to take pictures all the time. And your cell phone pictures were, when you started getting cameras, were terrible.
Yeah, they were washed out and awful, and the flash was so harsh. Do you remember going
Super
to
pixelated.
Walmart or Kmart or even Radio Shack and going up to the display with the digital cameras, and you could pull them all off and look at them all, and there were 13 or 14 at once, and it was so cool to look at a digital camera. And then you would go out to the bar with your friends, and everyone had their digital camera, and it was hanging off of your wrist, and you'd be all taking pictures and then look at it all together.
I was so excited about a red camera that I bought one time for running around with, and I just thought I was the coolest because I had this red 5 megapixel camera, and I would go out and try and be a photographer, and anytime the sun was in the shot, there would be a big black dot in the middle of it because it couldn't withstand that bright light.
I remember as a high school graduation present, I was gifted a 5 megapixel Samsung digital camera, and I thought I was hot shit. I had this cool digital camera that you would turn it on, and the lens would pop out, and it would autofocus, and it had what I thought was a big screen at the time. It was probably maybe
oh my god! It was probably smaller than my. Might have been the same size as my flip phone screen.
But it was so thrilling. You could take the picture and then look at the picture right then before
you
even
knew
printing it.
You took a great picture. Right. When it showed up on the screen, you didn't have to worry about it.
I have gone back and looked at some of those photographs that I have uploaded from that camera. They are awful.
I went through a stage where I know we made fun of Anthony for this. I went through a stage for sure where I thought, a fedora would be cool. And so I would take selfies with a fedora.
I never had a fedora, but let's wait on that rebuttal when Anthony comes back.
Oh my god! But
and until then, we'll just look at this. Look at that Casanova. I'm about to slide off this chair. Oh, there we go. Much better. Oh, the swagger. Look at that grin.
At least he pulled it off better than me.
That's probably a Fossil watch too, and I bet that shirt's from Express.
I don't think I had a Fossil watch until I was in my 20s, my early 20s. I just couldn't afford
I never had
one.
I knew they were cool. I remember it was cool to keep the boxes.
I always had a Walmart watch I just didn't care about.
We didn't have Fossil in the Morgantown Mall, and I never wore watches because it was I just ended up using my phone a bunch when I started carrying a phone when I was a sophomore.
I wore watches all the time because
the cell phone became like your pocket watch. You would take it out and look at it for the time.
Well, they were pretty strict about cell phones at school, and they would take them away pretty immediately if you got caught. So
it was like a status symbol to have your phone sitting on top of your books on your desk. It was before texting got big, so they didn't really hammer down on it until I was a senior.
Yeah, texting was huge.
And even then, we just kept it in our pockets. It wasn't a big deal.
I remember when texting became really huge. I had a cell phone, and people would text me, and I couldn't respond because, if I responded, it charged 10 cents for the text and 10 cents for me sending a text.
IDK, my BFF, Jill. Iconic. Where is she now? Where do you think she is?
TSNF. That's what
Bill
is my
TSNF. Love that commercial.
Looking back at that commercial, that mom did pretty well.
She did. 50. Who are you texting 50 times a day? Well, I'm reading 78 right now from Jay and Anthony. Man, what a relic. That commercial is really a piece of American history, honestly. And you're right, that mom did great.
Yeah.
Me paying this bill, that's what's SNF. Directed by J. Rowdy Bush.
Mm-hmm.
So, when did you break out the photo of me in my fedora?
Right now.
You mean this photo?
Yeah, that's the photo.
Beardos, look at that swagger. Look at that Fossil watch.
It is a Fossil watch, by the way. I heard you ask that. Yeah, it is.
pinstripes galore.
Yeah.
Anthony, what era was this again? Was this 2006?
No, I was much older than that.
Oh, this was last week.
Yeah, last week. I just did this. I grew the beard back real quick so that we can record again.
Look at that smooth chin.
Oh, that little baby chin.
And my massive underbite. And funny enough, that underbite got me, I was going up for my graduation from my advanced training in the military, and the first sergeant stopped me before I went up on stage, because I had graduated top of my class.
Tuck that jaw in, boy.
And he was like, no, he stopped me and he was like, Private, you got a chew in your mouth. And I was like, no, sir, I just have a severe underbite. Or I went, no, First Sergeant, I have a severe underbite. And he went, oh, okay.
I remember sitting there for hours and hours and hours and actually writing code and plugging in like background images and songs and like fonts and different pictures. And all I can think of is like, this can't be the same brain that programmed my MySpace page.
I'm currently in my new program or in my new department and team. I'm helping like build a web page that, well, basically build a program on its web base for my old department. And I can start writing stuff in HTML, or I can just kind of drag and type and blah, blah, blah. Well, sometimes I'm doing HTML and I'll like pull it over and I'm like, okay, you got to go back to your MySpace years for this. And I'm just like, what was it like back then? And I'm just like typing along and I'm like, I'm getting it again. It's just taking a while. It's been 20 some odd years since dealing with that.
Coding is so tedious. And when you realize like younger you could do it because younger you had time and the attention span.
And more focus. Seriously.
Yeah.
So then we've done the pioneering site, MySpace. We've moved on a little bit. So now the year is 2004. And in a college dorm in Cambridge, Massachusetts, a young buck known as Mark Zuckerberg has created a website called The Facebook.
You mispronounced the word fuck. I believe you meant young fuck.
Yeah. I mean, knowing what we know now. But 20 years ago, oh my God, he created The Facebook, which was a social media networking site for college students and college students only. And boy, oh boy, do I wish it had stayed that way. But
oh my gosh.
In the fall of 2006 is when I started college at West Virginia University, and that's when I got a Facebook page because it was the cool new thing. It was a way to stay connected with my friends and, you know, share social stuff, pictures, comments, statuses. And it was this cool new thing, and it was on phones, it was on laptops, everyone had their own computer because it was college, and it was this new pioneering way to upload photos, comment on things, share things, play Farmville.
Oh, hell yeah, Farmville.
You guys remember Farmville?
Love
Farmville.
Farmville.
And that was also the era that it would be like, J. Rowdy Bush, and then you would like type in your status right next to it. So it was like kind of this era of making it say, J. Rowdy Bush is blankety blank 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 blank.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because
and going back and looking at some of those, I want to jump off of a bridge.
Going back and looking at Time Hop and seeing stuff I've posted back in the day, and this is after probably a decade ago, I purged a lot of dumb stuff I did and said.
Oh, I wish you hadn't. I'd love to
still
see
look
it.
back and I cringe. No, some of it I'm like, I'm a horrible person is what I am.
Oh, no. Not younger Jay, knowing what we all know.
Yes, I didn't realize how ignorant and oh my God, I was
You were a product. It was a different time, truly.
It was. And I just definitely I was trying so hard to prove myself, and I would say some of the shit that I'm like, ugh.
Oh my God, the things that we thought mattered. I wish I could just go back and be like, sweetie, honey, baby, child, this does not matter. Do not dwell on this.
I also went through a breakup once that it was probably the first person I like really, really was like, but I also was really clingy and pretty much could fall in love with anything. And I was heartbroken. And the heartbreak shit I used to write And it's funny looking at that and then seeing people still do it today on Facebook that are also our same age, if not older. And so we're watching people like trash talk their other gay friends or something like that for something going wrong, but leaving out their name, although it's obvious who it is.
Obviously.
And it's so passive aggressive, and I love it. Like I want to eat popcorn and watch it all day.
I do
I'm
sometimes.
all about it. Oh my god, we'll Beardos, we're really bitchy gay people.
What?
Because we will screenshot stuff from different social medias and send it to one another from our personal social medias because we're like that. I'm like, oh my god, look at this, and it's from like 3 a.m. and it's about the bar, and I'm like, oh, somebody went out and did a little too much drinking and they got into drama.
And it's not even like somebody we all follow, so we're basically like extending our drama to somebody else. But it's just, it's
Miss me with reality TV, catch me with reality social media.
yes. I don't actively want you to suffer, but if you are going to publicly show me your drama, it is
I love
it is
it.
my
I love
Bravo
it so
channel is
much.
watching your Facebook posts from when you are dramatic. I just fucking love it so much.
It's so, I love like the passive aggressive statuses. I love the, like, very clearly this is about one person and they're probably on their friends list, so they don't name the name, but like, we know who you're talking about. That person knows who you're talking about. What the fuck?
I need to introduce you guys to, I don't know why I haven't. I do talk to one of our listeners, Jody, about this, because Jody's one of my friends. And there's a guy that we follow and keep in touch on, and he's younger. And he's doing, for his age, for sure, he's doing fine financially, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But he's doing what I needed to do back in the day, where we're really proving ourselves and we have to post every car that we buy.
Oh
and,
my God.
and so
Oh,
like
yeah,
you have
the
to
status
see
symbol posts.
you have to do a post of something in your car with the logo of whatever luxury brand you have showing, things like that.
It's always a Starbucks cup.
14 years ago yesterday, because it popped on my Facebook memory, I bought the Lincoln Zephyr.
Oh,
And so that means in a couple of days, unless I deleted it, which is a possibility, there is going to be a photo of me, a selfie of me in that car on the way back from Las Vegas, wearing the fedora that you have in that picture that I bought in Las Vegas.
Oh my god.
will you snap that so we can share it,
Please.
please?
If it does pop up in the next couple of days, which it might, I will share it. I'm sure it's somewhere. I'll find it and we'll put it on here. We'll put it up here. It'll be here somewhere.
God, I love that so much.
We should talk about social media now. The advent of Twitter
I've been dreading this.
and the way that it changed social media and how people used it to just have these little miniature flame wars constantly.
I will preface this section by saying that for how connected I tend to be, I never really got into Twitter or Instagram. I
Yeah.
understand that Twitter is a very informative source and a very
No,
quick
it's
way to
not.
spread news and information. It's not?
No. I mean, it is, but it's just not reliable enough to get anything good from it.
And I understand all of
Especially
that,
now.
but like
It's
I don't
Truth
use
Social
it.
Junior.
Right.
But honestly, I use Twitter for porn.
Porn.
I still have two Twitter accounts, and one's dirty Twitter and the other one is just my Twitter that I never ever use. It's just when I'm done looking at anything I need to look at, I'll flip back to that account. So if I'm at work and somebody sends me a Twitter article and I open it there, it doesn't immediately open porn, then that article.
You know what's funny is that I do have
It's a safety net for me.
I have two Twitters. I've got porn Twitter, which some of you have found.
I'll never forget the first time I think I got a message from somebody going, "Oh my God, I just found Anthony's Twitter." And I was like, "Yay!" Because I'm like, what am I supposed to say? I'm like, "Yay! So proud. Enjoy."
Have a great time. I just like, I know there are people that I'm friends with here in Tulsa that have found it as well, and they just haven't said anything, but like, I know who you are. It's not that hard to figure out. But I also have a personal Twitter that is like my sort of like personal / like writing Twitter that I thought I would be like, okay, well, I'll have this page for my writing page that I never use because I don't like social media that much. So if I ever do land on the NYT like bestseller list and get rich, like somebody's going to have to do that for me because I can't do it. But
Don't ask me. I'm fucking tired of it.
funny enough, whenever I had that story adapted for the No Sleep podcast a couple of years ago, I had the writer / director of a horror sort of anthology called the Mortuary Collection reach out to me to tell me that he really enjoyed it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's good.
Yeah, that was really cool. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, keep me in mind in case you ever do a second anthology because I'll happily help write something for it.
That's really neat.
Yeah, so that was cool. But other than that, my Twitter experience has been porn and also just people being mad about things that I'm not sure why they're mad about it, but they're so mad.
I've tried to get into Twitter numerous times and I just can't. I never could. And then, we had our Twitter account and I just finally was like, I don't even want to do this. So I got off of it. Now, Instagram, I love Instagram. It's where I get a lot of my memes.
It's just like, I don't know. I get on there and I'm like, okay, I can scroll a little bit and I see people that I know and then all of a sudden it's ads. And I think part of my problem is I don't want to go through the process of learning how to use social media properly on different pages because it just doesn't matter that much to me. Like,
What's funny is I'll go through phases where I love like what I'm scrolling through. Maybe it's because I'm like on 11-day break from work and I'm just bored scrolling. But in general, right now I'm busy in life. And so social media is just more draining than life is because people bitch all the time. And I get so tired of that.
So my thing with Instagram is I don't really post a lot on there mainly at all because it's a picture sharing platform mainly. And I just do that on Facebook. So I just stick to Facebook.
So I do Instagram because you can push it to Facebook. So I'm just like, Facebook just gets my flow over.
That makes sense.
Okay. That does make sense.
I thought I would use Instagram more at one point. I was like, yeah, pictures of my dog. And now I'm like,
I will tell you what really got me from going, oh, Instagram's okay, to I love Instagram. And it's, I started following all the local restaurants that I love, the
that makes
burger
sense.
place, all that stuff. And so you see all their food posts. And then I also started following meme pages and enjoying the memes. And now I just see a lot of food, local stuff, and a bunch of funny shit.
So I'll go back and double down on my own because so I follow a Facebook group called Tulsa Restaurant Reviews. So people will get on there and they will post their own pictures of food from the restaurants they go to and their own reviews, which you have to take with a huge grain of salt because some people are Karens.
because some people don't like any grains of salt.
But it is a good way, in my opinion, to see the food that they're actually serving versus the food that they're actually advertising. So that's kind of why I like that group a lot, and that's how I formulate my own opinions on where to go and where to not go.
So do you guys think it's time for a break? We've been at this for a hot minute.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break.
Okay, cool. Well, when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about our Florida trip and also about the TikTok ban.
Ooh.
So, Beardos, the inspiration for this episode was the House passing the TikTok ban, the potential TikTok ban today. So we thought we would talk a little bit about social media, but that was really what spurred this. And I'm just kind of interested to hear you guys' thoughts on this real quick. We won't belabor it because this isn't a serious episode, so.
I have two comments I want to make. One, Nancy Pelosi was trying to be relatable, and she goes, it's not a ban on TikTok. It's to, however she said it, it's to make TikTok safer. It's a tic-tac-toe. And I was just like, this is when I hate when you guys do this shit. Just, God damn it. Anyways, two, I see where they're coming from with it. What I don't see is why we're mad that China, a company based out of China, I should say, is getting completely reprimanded, if I can talk, for the exact same shit, if not less, than what every American company does. Like, they're worried about data being taken, and I'm like, okay, so...
Data mining is a whole industry.
That's literally what...
It's called Facebook.
That's what internet is anymore.
I thought about this earlier because I was like, you have the audacity to ban TikTok when the NSA exists?
And technically, they're telling them that you have to sell it to a different company in the U.S. or somewhere not China, and then we'll ban it if you don't by a certain time frame. But still, I'm like, we're shitting on them for data mining like every
fucking American company does it. It's the whole reason why, like, the second you look up one thing in Google, that suddenly there are ads for it in every platform that you use.
Well, they're like, we can't let China have that. And I said, China has my credit card info from all the shit I've bought that's come from there.
So here's my thoughts on the whole thing. TikTok is kind of like, I see it as a harmless entity because I know how to use it mildly. I'm not going on there looking for dangerous things. I'm not on there trying to steal people's information. You could call me gullible. Sure, I don't care. But I feel like I know how to navigate the internet and my social media apps safely enough that I'm not going out there and giving away my personal information to a text message from an Amazon address that doesn't exist. So I also think my second point on this is that the people that are in charge in Washington and our nation's capital and in the country in general, they should not be making decisions about the future when they themselves don't have a future. They are way too old to be running the country, and they don't even understand the things that they're passing laws on. So the whole thing's fucked from the start.
And that's it. I think when we are having a bunch of elderly people that in a normal workforce would kind of be forced to retire several years earlier, we're having them make decisions on a type of industry, tech,
that they don't understand.
That they never grew up with, they don't understand, and so they hear, basically they see on social media, and they're like, this is insane, I saw on Truth Social the other day, and I'm like, whoa,
You saw where?
Beardos, if Congress and the U.S. government were a little bit more like a private corporation, now would be the time that we would undergo layoffs, and then we would enact a rehiring phase because
we're restructuring
because we would want to get all of them out, and then suddenly those positions would open back up with new names.
We're hiring people with less experience at a lower pay rate, and I'm like, maybe we should do that at a higher level.
We eliminated your position as a congressman, and then we opened a new position as a congressional member.
And the irony of that is that Congress will not do anything to regulate businesses to prevent them from doing that, but they themselves have made it to where they're basically in there for as long as they can get reelected.
I think my biggest problem that kills me is Congress. I think government works a lot in some ways like corporation, where they're like, we need to get these quick wins because we're doing nothing about what actually needs to be done. You know,
because they're just doing busy work to pass time. They're filibustering for things that don't matter.
Our debt crisis because of student loan, our border crisis because people make it up one day. And sure, I'm like, maybe there is an issue. Let's do something about it then, instead of talking and pissing around.
I know.
You know, hate crimes against people, the BLM movement, like just not finding why women make less than men, things like that. Why are these such difficult things to change? But now we got to focus on how China is doing exactly what we do as Americans.
Anyways, we said this wasn't going to be a serious episode, so maybe we should move on to our Florida trip.
Well, we should laugh, and then it's not serious anymore. Anthony has herpes.
It's horrible.
Find out on TikTok next week what they're like.
Oh my god! I
just keep scrolling.
Since some of you will see me in less than a week, I don't have herpes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I should probably tell you that was a joke.
Anyways. So yeah, we went to Florida this last week, actually. We are 2 days back from it.
We saw my family, and it was my birthday, so we went down to go see my family. I had to burn some vacation time anyway, so it was a great trip. We went down, we went to Publix, we got our Publix subs, we wore our shirts. You'll probably see a picture up here in the corner, and I got a great picture of Anthony wearing his Publix sub t-shirt while eating a Publix sub. We got the whole experience. And then we went to go see my parents for a few days at their house. And we did a day out on the river where I got to drive my parents' new boat that they love. It's like a pontoon boat with a jet ski engine. So it's kind of like a merger between the two. It's a lot of fun. We did a couple of fun eateries. We went to a Mexican restaurant on my birthday with my parents and sister and her boyfriend. And then that night of my birthday, my sister and her boyfriend took Anthony and I to Hamburger Mary's in Orlando, and we got to go see our first time there. It was a great drag show, and we found out that this particular Hamburger Mary's was the location that sued Ron DeSantis over his proposed law of banning drag queens from entertaining children.
So the Hamburger Mary's that we were at filed a lawsuit against the state of Florida that caused them to place an injunction against basically a law that would have otherwise prevented minors from being at drag shows. So while we were at this drag show, funny enough, there were 2 minors there, and they had a fucking great time, and it was really cool to see because they really enjoyed it.
It's funny.
It was awesome. So the drag queen went over to the table, and she was like, she kind of treaded lightly, and she was like, now, honey, you understand where you're at this kind of show? Because the family was there from Kansas City, and they were there to go to Disney. They were going to go the next day. And one of the little girls, I think they were like 5 and 7. And the 5-year-old
were like 8 and 5, if I had to guess. Yeah.
And the 5-year-old went up with $1 in her hand to give to the drag queen. And the drag queen was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then she took it and she handed it back. And she said, now give this back to mommy and daddy. You're going to put this under your pillow tonight. And when you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be a $100 bill. It was
so
awesome.
Fucking funny. And then she reminded her of it, like, at the end.
That's cool.
The mom was super cool. She was like, oh, we know where we are. You don't have to hold anything back. And it was like, they were like, all right, cool. Access granted. They did a Lady Gaga number. They did a whole like montage of, the ending number was my favorite. It started as Memory from Cats, but then there was a record scratch, and then it went into the Meow Mix commercial from the 80s. And then after that, it went into the song about wet, hot, bald, free pussy. And the drag queen was dressed as a cat. It was Trixie Deluxxe, and we'll drop their credentials in the show notes, but It was so awesome. If you have a chance to go to a Hamburger Mary's, you really need to go.
So you could tip the traditional way, which is giving them 1s and 5s and whatnot and giving them cash. But they also left a little note card on your table before the show started that had their Venmos and Cash Apps so that you could tip them that way as well.
And I'd never seen that, and that was very smart.
Well, it makes sense because, you know, 1, carrying cash on you is not as common as it used to be. And then 2, that venue and the way that they perform in general is not conducive to tipping, because generally when you go to a drag show, the drag show is the center of everything. But since this is a restaurant, the drag show is in the corner and they have to work their way through the restaurant to get tips. And
which they were really good at.
Yeah, they were really good at it.
But it is not a big stage
at a bar in a drag show.
Yeah.
Speaking of Florida, I actually just saw, I don't remember if they were suing Florida or DeSantis specifically about the Don't Say Gay law.
Oh my God.
And it is now passed that you can talk about saying, you can say gay. You can say gay. I know, I was like, oh, I want to make fun of this. But you can now talk about sexual orientation in school as long as it is not built into the curriculum.
Oh.
That makes sense.
And I was like,
so I would be teaching a lesson.
There's a lot of
on,
loopholes
let's
there
say-
you can really get.
Yeah,
through.
let's say I'm talking
Love and
about
marriage.
Tchaikovsky, and I'm teaching a class on music. I'm like, yeah, Tchaikovsky, gay, 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 and Tchaikovsky was.
dun 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 dun. Butt sex, butt sex, butt sex, butt sex, butt sex, butt sex.
And this great computer engineer named Alan Turing, fag.
You know, guys, during World War II, I met a lad once, and we did butt stuff.
Anyway, so thank you so much, Mom and Dad, and thank you, Beth and Buddha, for having us. We really appreciated it. We had a great time. Really enjoyed ourselves, and I can't wait to go back and see you guys again.
Yes,
Well,
thank
glad
you very
you're back
much.
so we could record more shows.
Right. But do you guys think it's time for a commercial?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And now, for a word from our sponsor, Gaze of Our Lives.
Like jizz through the anal glands, so are the gays of our lives. This week, Michael cheats on Matt, but not with who you think. Find out what Mitch discovers about Maury. Mikkel hooks up with Maxwell and Maverick, but Maverick is still dating Mateo and Max. Find out what happens with that love triangle this week on Gays of Our Lives. Remember that story of Miguel hooking up with Messiah? Well, things get weird when Milo and Malachi also join the couple. This week on the Gays of Our Lives on the Longtime Channel.
Hey guys, make sure you follow and subscribe to our podcast so you can receive a notification every Sunday when a new episode drops.
Well, I don't know about you, but I really think that after karaoke night at the bar, Gaze of Our Lives gets so interesting.
I get on there during karaoke night.
I know that I cannot do anything on Tuesday and Thursday nights because it's always, a lot. Because I have to watch Gays of Our Lives. I will cancel anything for Gays of Our Lives.
I wake up 1/2
the
hour
Longtime
early
Channel.
on Saturday just to catch up on all the Friday night drama.
Love it. Thank you, Gays of Our Lives, for really bringing out the drama.
Thanks, Gaze of Our Lives. Jay, do we have any Beardo submitted sundries this week?
We do have Beardo submitted sundries this week. And first, we heard from Jody on Threads.
Hi, Jody.
I hope it's a bad opinion. Hi, Jody. I love when you send bad opinions. It makes my heart so happy.
It is not.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Dear Anthony, this is a post to give you validation for your commercials. Not sure what it was this week, but I hereby validate it.
Aw.
Regarding topic when you mentioned nobody notices your glasses or the commercial."
Thank you, Jody. You know what?
Jody,
This
don't
one
feed the
time,
beast.
This is a great opinion. I appreciate you. I appreciate your bad opinions, your good opinions. You know what? Just keep sending stuff in. You're awesome.
Jody, I'm just glad you're still listening because thank you.
One day, when we go down to visit Jay, we'll actually get to meet you in person. He'll deign to let us see you face to face.
We'll take Jay to Picasso's and act badly just to embarrass him.
Oh, God, I would. Oh, that happened to me once with one of our friends.
A faux pas.
No.
It was. I don't know how to explain it. She wasn't actually trying to be rude, but
She was
the
being
server
rude.
was kind of. It was. The server kind of was in a bad mood that day or something, but it was just a real bad clash, and I was like, "You're gonna make my reputation look bad here. We've got to
Oh my
go."
God.
We also, I'm so excited about this one. We heard from someone named Matt, and he
Hi,
said,
Matt.
Hi, Matt.
"Greetings from Phoenix, Arizona. My name's Matt, and I've been listening to the podcast for a few months now and finally worked up the courage to say hello.
Oh,
Thank
hello.
you. Yes, hello.
I know, I was so excited. We had a little bit of a conversation after that. And he continued to say, I usually listen to the episode on my commute to work in the morning, but lately I've been watching the episodes when I get home, too, while I crochet. I just want to say thank you for creating such a great show for everyone to enjoy, and look forward to the new episode each week.
Aww.
And also, I feel like more than 11% of people should mention that they've dated a Matt. Ha ha ha.
I know
I've
a lot
never
of Matts.
dated a Matt before, but I've had sex with a few of them.
There's been a lot of Matts around here, but not here.
Let's say when they use the term stepping on them like a doormat.
Anthony's wiping more than his feet on those mats. Ooh.
Well, Matt, thank you for working up the courage to contact us, because we really do appreciate it. It makes our week to actually hear from people. It makes my heart so happy.
Matt, I'm trying to get into crocheting, so if you have any fun, like, granny square patterns or fun yarn, I would love to hear about it.
Also, if there's any listeners that are scared still to message us, I promise you, we're not famous, so we're still nice.
I promise you right here now that Jay does our social media and all of the responses and comments. He's like the friendliest golden retriever chat AI person that there is. I read some of his comment responses. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, he's so nice. He's not this nice
I
in
read it and
person.
I'm like, this is saccharine sweet, and that is not who Jay is as a person.
A comment will be like, yeah, step on my nuts and call me a slut, daddy. And he's like, oh, we love walnuts by the oak tree. Yay. It's like my favorite thing to read on TikTok is Jay's responses.
Becomes an oak tree.
I'm not mean to you until like we kind of know you. So then once I'm like know you better, I'll start making snarky, shitty comments.
Yeah.
But up front when I'm like,
You must.
oh, I really appreciate what you wanting to touch my butthole. That's so sweet.
You must know me a little too well for how shitty you are to me.
I know. I'm like, you're obviously not a listener because you know how rude I am to people. My friends.
Jay is so rude.
Speaking of, I had a meme the other day that I sent my friend, or no, it was a video, and it was a comedian talking about how gay guys can talk so mean to women, and it's perfect. But if
they love it.
It's awful.
They love it.
I sent it to my friend. She goes, "It's true," and I said, I literally could be like, you're the dumbest slut I know. And she's like, and I'm going to take that as a compliment. And I said, I don't even understand the logic behind this, but it is a compliment.
Trixie Mattel, did she talk about that when she was like, I love your axe wound, you whore? And they're like, yes. Like, they love it.
And she's like, but if my husband walked in and said anything similar to what you say to me, I would murder him. And I was like, rightfully so. But then I'll walk in and be like, you dumb slut, and punch her in the face. And like,
I'd be like, hell yeah, bitch. I can't wait to see you on Snapped next season. Ooh, get him.
Oh my God.
Anyways, moving on. Just wanted to wish Joe an absolutely fucking fantastic birthday from a fellow Pisces or piece of shit. My birthday is on the 5th, and I just turned 21, so obviously I went out drinking with friends.
Oh, yeah.
I'm writing this as I'm listening to the newest brunch episode, and I can't wait to go to a drag brunch and get mimosas. Mimosas.
Oh my God. Give me mimosa.
And I'm with Joe. Eggs Benedict is my absolute favorite for brunch. Love you guys and love the podcast. Once again, happy birthday, Joe. Love, Bryce from Ohio. Guys, we got Gen Z.
Oh my God. Look at us go.
Bryce, I will first say thank you very much for the kind words. I will also say that I'm jealous because when I was 21 years old, I had never heard of Eggs Benedict. So you are very advanced in terms of your brunch selections.
Yes. We didn't even
If I could go back in time and meet 21-year-old Joe, I would probably slap the shit out of him because I was stupid as fuck. So
usually on Sunday morning, Joe was taking an eggs and Benedict. Ha! Meh. Meh. Sorry, I was trying to make something and it didn't go. So go ahead.
No one laugh at that. But Bryce, thank you very much. That was very nice of you to say. And happy belated birthday. From one March Pisces to another, we are the worst.
I want to circle back around to Jay's.
No, actually, joke. I want to comment that he's been listening for a while because he knew piece of shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was a pretty great joke.
So he was 20 when he was listening, so look at us hitting minors. Well, below 21, that's not a minor.
Bryce,
I know.
thank you for being a listener and being a dedicated listener. Also, write back in and tell us what you think about Jay's little joke there. Or not joke. His little commentary. Let us know what you think. Let us know what Gen Z would think of that, because I'm curious if it's as unfunny as we think it is.
Are we chuggy?
Don't. No. I don't think we get... I really don't think we're allowed to use that word.
Bryce, we will come to your house in Jay's Toyota Highlander. It's a sensible vehicle. It's very comfortable. We will drive you to whatever protest you want. We will let you get out of the car. We'll make you Molotov cocktails. We'll encourage you the whole way, and we will sit in the car and wait for you to get done. And then we will take you to whatever restaurant you want and pay for your bill because it's your belated birthday.
You just said we'll let you out of the car as if it's a perk. We're not kidnapping you, Bryce. Jesus Christ, what is happening during this segment of the podcast?
I'm using my Riz.
I don't think that's what the Riz means. I don't think you're supposed to kidnap people with Riz.
No, you're not supposed to kidnap people anyways. Just generally.
He's like calling the police. And he's like, I'm confused. They have Riz, but I'm being kidnapped. Oh, man. Okay, so last one. We heard from Derek with the good beard. And he said, I totally made the mistake of listening to the pod this past week on an empty stomach, and I wanted all the food. The burger segment prompted me to share a creation that has become quite a hit. I call it my Mama Mac and Cheese Burger, which consists of a juicy hamburger patty with a spoonful of my mom's famous mac and cheese casserole and a thick slice of cheddar cheese piled high on a slice of thick bread, because my mama believed that bread was bread and never paid extra for hamburger buns.
I think I saw you post this picture on your social media, Derek, because I was like, oh, Derek grew up like I did, where when you get a burger, sometimes it's just on sandwich bread because that's just how it is.
That's just how we always did.
Yeah.
I also saw this photo on social media because I'm friends with Derek on Facebook, and I also thought of the plate first because it has that little pattern around the edges, and I think
yes,
everyone grew up with that plateware. Like, was it Farberware or like
Farberware?
Something. Yeah, everyone had those plates, so that was like a core memory unlocked. But also, I need that recipe for that casserole. Derek, it's my birthday month. Send me the casserole recipe.
Birthday month. Oh my God, get out!
Share it, Derek.
That's what.
How
Joe
would you
should be
keep
saying.
this from me?
You just now talked about this casserole. We all love casseroles and mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, I love casserole.
Thank you, Derek.
Whoa, oh, Anthony, wow.
It's good. I just can't eat a lot of it. Dairy has been getting me lately.
I will say that as much as I love mac and cheese, I have to be cautious because I'm not lactose intolerant, allegedly. And, but it'll block some shit up.
It's the reverse
Literally.
for me, so I'm wondering if I'm starting to become lactose intolerant.
I'll say real quick that Kraft macaroni and cheese, the US version, will give me violent yellow liquid poopies the next day. But
Is it time to move on?
but Canada's Kraft dinner, everything's great. And it's much better for you.
Yeah, I think it's probably time to move on.
So then I will talk real quick about my birthday present from Mom. So while we were in Florida, we were at my sister's house on Saturday the 9th, which was my actual birthday, and my parents drove up from their house to take us to lunch at the Mexican restaurant. My mom brought my present, and she started off with a lovely one of her homemade cards, which is right here.
So cute.
It features a little corgi, of course, and it says, "Someone says it's just a dog." And then I open it up, and the stamp says, "And you think you're just an idiot." So she's right. And then she also gave me a book of Pokemon origami. So it's patterns that feature a bunch of different Pokemon. and how to fold them, and then there's paper in the back for each one. So that's a lot of fun. Fungus is not in here. Sorry, Jay.
No, well, I don't like it then.
She also gave us a tray of the aforementioned Oreo fudge that I told you guys about a couple episodes ago.
Out of this world. It's so good.
So good. You can see the Oreo chunks in there.
Absurdly good.
Yum.
She also talked about shrinkflation because her recipe talks about the portions in which you're supposed to buy the ingredients from at the store. She went to the store to buy it, and the sizes were different, so she had to do different math because shrinkflation. Yay!
That fudge is so good. Mom, don't forget to send me the recipe because I need it.
And then the final gift in my birthday package was, of course, Little Debbie's birthday cakes. 8 individually wrapped cakes. And she laughed as she handed this to me, and I was like, oh my god! 8 individually wrapped cakes! And these, I know we talked about them before, these are actually really good. So
They're so fucking good.
thank you, Mom. It was a wonderful trip, wonderful birthday, and we had a great time. And we love you very much.
Yes, we do. Moving on, does anybody have something to check out?
Not me.
Me again! Okay, Beardos, so it is food related again this week, and we are going to eat some crow, as it turns out. So last week for our brunch episode, we did rag on pancakes quite a bit.
We shat on
But then, after that came out, Anthony and I remembered that we'd had some really great pancakes up in Minneapolis, and they were ube pancakes. And that is, the word ube is U-B-E. And we actually went to a Asian store that is here in Tulsa, and we got some mix to make ube pancakes. And what you can do with them, basically you'd serve them just like a regular stack of pancakes, but you can put like sweet toppings on them. They're really good with ice cream. I mean, of course, maple syrup and butter, but they're really versatile in the way that you can kind of, use them as more of they're kind of a denser batter than regular pancake batter. So they're really a really good base to put things on top of. And they're just a really good version of a pancake that I really enjoy. So, not all pancakes are bad, but also, not all pancakes are created equal. So, if you have the chance at a restaurant, or if you find yourself at a market that has it, definitely try out some ube pancakes.
And I won't say pancakes are all bad. It's just they're bad when I'm not in the mood for them, which is most of the time.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta really get there and be in that mood, Like, it does strike from time to time, but when I say time to time, like once every couple of years.
Yeah, and like it's just, it's got to tickle my fancy.
Yeah, I get the urge to do heroin more often than I do pancakes.
And I haven't even tried heroin, but I
haven't even tried heroin either.
No, I haven't tried heroin either.
And I haven't ever had drugs.
Hi, boss.
Hi, Jay's
Would
boss.
I dare to do drugs?
With
Jay,
those gams? I don't think so.
is that a needle in your arm, or are you just happy to see me?
No, it's a needle. Oh, no, I'm happy.
It's because of the needle. Ooh.
Well, thanks, Joe. So now
Sounds
we can
like-
eat crow and pancakes.
After that conversation, it sounds like we needle move on.
Is the music on, or...
Can we skip the game?
Because we're all losers now, Beardos.
No, we needle play the
There are
game.
no winners. Sorry, Beardos. Well, Jay, you got the game for us this week, right?
I guess.
This is so
I do.
fucking sassy.
I have the game this week, and I'm making you guys play 20 questions about social media. Gentlemen, there are rules to this game. You have 20 questions you can ask, but they can only be one-worded questions to see if you can figure out what social media platform I'm thinking of.
Is this collective between the two of us? Like we get
You both
20
can work
total?
together
Okay.
to see if
So
you
we're-
can figure it out.
We're fighting to beat you.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
As always.
Yes.
What's new?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready.
You may begin.
First question. Poppers?
I'm
Sorry,
going to
Joe.
know.
I couldn't resist.
No to Popper. Sorry.
Okay. Elon?
No.
Zuckerberg?
Hold on. Don't go on. I want to make sure I'm keeping track of 20 questions. Okay. You said Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
No.
Porn?
No.
No.
Also, I should clarify. I'll give you some hints. This could be any social media platform over history since we've had internet.
Okay.
Just FYI. It's not limited to current.
8?
Yes.
Is it MySpace?
It is MySpace! Good job. You guys did that in 5 questions.
Yeah, I knew we could. We're awesome.
Great job. All right. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Ready.
Start.
Retweet?
No.
Zuckerberg?
Yes.
Is it Facebook?
It is not.
Porn?
No.
Butts?
Nope.
Is it Meta?
Yes.
I forgot Meta was a thing.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry. No, it is not actually Meta.
I thought
It
Meta
is
was
a
like
part
the
of-
parent company.
It is a part of Meta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I misunderstood what you were asking. I apologize.
Wait.
Wow, I'm kind of disconnected with all the social media apps, I guess.
I know.
You froze. Did you ask something?
Photos?
Yes.
No, I just did though.
Okay.
How many questions have we asked?
You've asked 7 so far, and I gave a yes to photos.
Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to guess that, but I was trying to think of a one-word question to get me to Instagram.
So I was confused because they allow butts on Instagram. That's why I said butts.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, there's a guy that I follow on there exclusively because of his butt. It's awesome.
Oh, well, I'm sorry for that confusion. I wonder if that's one that gets deleted if reported.
I don't know, but I see his butt on there. Bare butt.
Good for
We
him.
cracked the case on that one.
Well, my apologies, but you still did it, so.
Yeah, we got that.
What a cheeky answer, Jay.
All right, next
Gluteus
one.
Maximus.
Shut up.
Begin.
Porn?
That's a technical term, and I'm going to say no.
Technical term?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going no with that one.
The technical term is porn.
I think when you reach it, you'll be like, oh, I get why.
Maybe.
Retweet?
No.
Zuckerberg?
I don't think so, no. No.
Dancing?
No.
Videos?
Yes. You can do videos.
How many questions is that?
We're on 5 currently, so you have 15
Okay,
left.
So you got 15 left. Okay.
If we don't get it in 20 on any of them.
I'm really surprised.
We're going to play this new game called 1,000 Questions, where you can...
You got to ask 1,000 one-word questions.
It's harder to formulate my question into one word than it is to
know.
get 20 questions.
I know. I wanted to make it a little bit more complicated, so.
It is.
It's
So
a
good.
little complicated. Just a little complicated.
How many of these are there
How many? What do you mean? Oh,
in
so
the game?
I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gave 7, but
Okay.
I wanted to give myself room in case it took a while to do one, or you went through them really fast. So,
Okay.
Hashtag?
no.
See you later, hashtags.
I said one word.
That wasn't a question, it was a statement. Modern?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not dancing. It's not retweets. It's not hashtags.
I don't know.
It's not MySpace because we already did MySpace.
Tumblr?
No.
Is it Threads?
No.
Doesn't Threads allow porn?
There are porn bots because they follow our podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll be like, well, that's a
bots.
very attractive person following us. And I'm just like, oh, definitely a porn bot. Because I'll
They're
open
like,
it.
follow me back on my social.
Which-
Here is a link to my merchandise page.
I want
Go
to
to the
clarify.
hottest website
.ru.
for gay fucking.
That's it. I was like, I want to clarify that I'm not just like, all of our followers on Threads are ugly. I'm just meaning that there's like these very attractive,
Beardos.
like
You heard
ripped, very sexual photos. And I'm just like, that's a porn bot for sure.
Jay, you better start working on that apology video.
Dear Beardos, I'm so sorry. I'm just record
About
it
your
now and
stupid
put
faces.
it in.
Blue Sky?
Nope.
Garbanzo? I'm kidding.
I was like, I'm cutting that as a
kidding.
question, you bitch.
Oh, gosh.
I'm so bad at social media.
I know. That's why I threw this one in there. Because there's more than you think there are.
Wait,
Yeah, but like...
wait. Professional?
No. But I'm curious where you're going with that one.
I think I know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Oh, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I get it. No, it wasn't that. Oh, that would have been a good one to put on there. I wish I would have.
I know. I would have been really mad if you said no to that. And I'm like, that's the whole thing.
No, it's not fucking professional. Have you seen their posts?
Oh, so LinkedIn's not on the game.
No, it's not on the list.
Good to
So
know. Good
I
to
just
know.
gave you a help.
Gave me a help. Thank you for giving me a
Gave
help.
you
For the
a help.
You don't say made a porn.
Jesus.
It hits the tongue wrong.
Ear.
What, you did what?
You made a
It just
porn?
hits the tongue wrong.
It
Or
hits
rolls off
ear
the tongue wrong.
Oh, it hits the ear wrong.
Hits
That's
the
what it
ear
is.
wrong. That's exactly what it is. Man.
Wow, we're doing bad. And at guessing this because we're so off track. Okay, so there's no porn, no hashtags. It's not
No
LinkedIn.
technical term of porn. No creating content that is shared on a regular basis and watched regularly, just to clarify.
What? What does that mean?
What does it all mean?
I'm literally
So there-
throwing hints at you, so you're welcome.
I guess.
Thank you. Quack, quack. Thanks for the breadcrumbs. Oh, God.
Come on, Hansel and Gretel. You still have 9 questions.
I know.
No, but I cheeseburger?
OnlyFans.
No. To OnlyFans. Yes, a cheeseburger. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, oh, the McDonald's app.
Wait. Conservative?
No.
okay, just making sure.
Oh, I love whenever I'm like, oh, I know what's going through their heads, and I love that one. Thank you.
I hate when I know what's going through my head. Ugh.
Jesus Christ. How many
Social
social
media.
networks are there?
There's a lot.
There's so
I know.
many of
And
them.
I didn't
I'm
even
not
like
on a lot of 'em.
I didn't even include like Telegraph and like European ones that they list.
Oh, I didn't even think of
God.
those.
There's a shit ton.
Messaging?
Yes.
Is it WhatsApp?
It is not, but very good guess.
Damn.
Fuck.
Group?
Huh?
Group?
Yes. You can.
Then it's probably not what I'm thinking.
Wait. Snapchat?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, God. How do I not guess Snapchat? People send me pictures of their penises.
I don't
on
really
there. It's
use
cool.
it that much.
I was sitting there going, okay, so it's not porn, but I'm like, this is tough because technically you can send whatever the fuck you want. It's just going to disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now if you save it in chat, boop, boop.
That's
Go back and see
true.
that dick forever.
Also, good job. You got that in 16 questions.
Hey, guess we did need all 20 of those.
Wow. Don't I feel stupid now?
All right.
Stupid bitch.
Are you ready for the next one?
I guess.
Go for it.
What number is this?
This would be the 4th social media platform. And now we also know that it can't be...
LinkedIn.
What was it? We can't be LinkedIn, MySpace, Instagram, or Snapchat, so you're welcome.
Perfect. Zuckerberg?
Okay,
I like that one question can like rule things in or out.
I just get so scared to be like, no, and then find out yes.
Retweet?
You know, it's like car brands, but no retweet.
Modern?
Yes.
Okay.
Professional?
Actually, yes.
Oh.
I would put that in there. It's not what I would know it for, but yes, I would put it in there.
Popular?
It is pretty popular, yes.
TikTok?
No.
Um,
I'm actually very intrigued to see if you do figure this one out.
photos?
Yes.
Groups?
That's a tough one. I'm going to say yes, but it's really not helping you, I don't think.
Reminders?
Technically, yes.
What does it mean?
I know. I'm loving this game a little more than I even anticipated.
Friend requests? Requests?
Hyphen word out. No, I'm kidding. Yes, you can send friend requests.
2 words. Count that as 2 questions.
I'm giving you a bit of the doubt. It's not an easy one.
Upvotes?
Yes. I mean,
That's a pretty yes or no one, from what I'm thinking.
it's not YouTube.
That's not what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Thinking,
Oh, I think I know what you're thinking of.
so it's not that.
You can get upvotes, yes, in a way, but that's not usually what they're called.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I guess yes, it is, but
Oh. What?
it's tough
So
to explain.
it is called upvotes. And that is what you can do. So there
I mean-
are upvotes?
Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing something right.
Beardos, let the record state that Jay has said that they're like upvotes and that they are used as upvotes and called upvotes.
So yes, it is an upvote, but that's just not what they're called in this exact platform. But it is considered an upvote. I wanted to make sure I was using the technical term right.
The technical term.
Because I was like, what if upvotes mean something that my brain's not thinking of? And I'm like, I want to make sure I'm answering right.
Okay. Reddit?
No.
Okay.
You're not doing bad with that guess.
Imgur?
No.
Oh my god. Cora?
No.
Damn.
You have 5 left.
Boomers?
Yes.
Okay.
I have been waiting for that question. I really wanted somebody to use that for Facebook, but
I know. That's kind of why it crossed my mind. It's not Twitter because I said retweet and that was a no.
yeah, it's not Twitter.
And you said no to conservative, right?
I'm going to say no to conservative. Correct.
You've said no to everything that describes social media in general for me.
I don't know. What do we got? Like 3 questions left?
You have 4 left.
Reviews?
Yes.
Restaurants?
No. But I think I know what you were after on that.
And threw me back off again.
And if that's what it is, that's a really good guess.
Okay.
Ask it, and I won't count it as a question.
It's not Yelp?
No, but that's that's very good job.
Because I wouldn't really count that as social media.
No, and it wasn't on the list, but very out of the box. I really appreciate that you did that.
Well, thanks for appreciating me. Now give me a pizza party.
No, here's an 84-cent pie.
Hey, that was 84 cents for my soul. And it was bland as shit.
It'll be deducted from your paycheck. Happy Pie Day.
That would be hilarious. I believe it.
You have 2 questions left.
I know.
Ride sharing?
No.
Okay.
We got 1 question left. All right, let's talk this out, Joe. Clearly, it is some sort of review page, and the reviews can get boosts.
But it's not for food, and it's not Yelp.
It's not Yelp because Yelp has food. I mean, you could review anything on Yelp.
I wonder if it's the Nextdoor app or like neighborhoods or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because boomers are on there. They're not really reviewing though. They're just posting things.
I don't know how that app works.
Is that reviewing?
Maybe.
They do.
Run with it. Do it. Whatever. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong.
Nextdoor?
No.
What is it?
Gentlemen, it is Pinterest.
Pinterest.
Oh.
Good. What the fuck?
I'm never on that shit. I'm not a 45-year-old white woman.
God. Pinterest.
I'm not planning a wedding.
Good news that because that one took a while, I'm only going to give you 1 more question so you don't have to go through all of them.
Great. Do you want to find out new and exciting ways to make Jell-O? Get on Pinterest.
Yeah. That's not social media. That's ways to make Jell-O.
It's actually really funny. Right now, looking at the list, I definitely have gone in order of easiest to hardest because it's like 5 questions, 7 questions, 16 questions, and 20 questions.
Then we didn't even get that one because it's bullshit.
I never use Pinterest.
Last one. Are you ready?
Yes. Blanche, I'm ready.
Blanche, he said he's ready. Oh, that's Merle. Sorry. Blanche said he's ready.
All right, say go again.
Go. Go! Go!
God. Jesus. Zuckerberg.
No. But I am going to look up who owns it before. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, definitely not Zuckerberg. I knew that already, but...
But he said they got harder.
Well, maybe up until now. Maybe this one's the easy one because it's...
Boomers?
There are boomers on it.
Oh, what a fucking half-assed answer.
Trash answer. God damn.
Sorry for your trash question. No, I'm kidding. You know, if you would have explained it a little bit more.
With 1 word?
As you sip on customer tears. Hashtag.
No.
No hashtag.
Was that a question? Okay. Yeah.
I tried to upward inflect it right at the end there. I didn't do very well.
Hashtag?
Well, that's what I thought you were going after, and then I was like, wait, is he just like being silly and joking, or?
I never do that.
Yeah.
Why? How could you assume that?
Garbanzo? I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
Okay.
No hashtags. There are boomers on it, technically.
Photos?
Yes.
Reviews?
No.
Comments?
In the aspect that you're asking, no.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
In the aspect that you're asking, no.
Yeah, I know. I'm making it difficult.
Very nebulous.
You're
answer
welcome.
There. It's like farting out of your mouth.
Games?
No. No. Okay, I'm gonna say no, but then after it's over, I'm gonna be like yes, just as a joke.
Modern?
Yes.
Okay.
Handmade?
No.
Popular?
Also mark that one as a no, but yes. And also yes.
Okay.
What'd you say, Anthony?
Popular.
Oh. Food?
No. No.
Conservative?
Huh.
Ooh, that means it is. You got to think about it.
It is not a conservative app.
Okay. Okay.
But this means it gets used by conservatives a lot, probably. It's probably what the inference here is. This is why it took him a minute to figure it out and why he's sucking his pencil's dick.
Shopping?
No.
Porn? I love how much trouble you're having with these questions.
I know, because
You're in a hell
The
of
penis
your
is
own
there, and it does touch
go a
the
lot of
vagina.
directions.
Technically,
The gams, but no hams.
there is no porn posted.
he said it as if there is absolutely porn posted.
There is not porn posted.
Just like, what the fuck? Well, where do people send me porn?
It's
at?
so hard to answer this without just like giving you super immediate clues.
You should try.
I'll try in 6 more questions.
You should try giving us clues. God, I hate social media.
Seriously. Hate
As
it
I
even
switch
more
between
now.
like 3 apps over and over again. Upvotes?
No.
Timeout. When I said upvotes earlier, what was the answer that like you said they were upvotes, but they weren't upvotes, and then I
well, so
completely
at first
forgot
I was-
about that whole thing.
At first I was like, no, they're not technically upvotes because basically you can just like people's stuff. And I'm like, but in reality, I guess it's considered kind of an upvote.
I would have said likes, not upvotes.
But you said upvotes.
Shut up.
And that can be considered as liking somebody's content to increase its value in the platform.
I'm gonna use that for the rest of my fucking life now.
I
Jay.
know, it's
Hey,
it's
I
so
upvoted that
hard.
status on Facebook for you. What?
Jesus.
Well, you should have asked another one-worded question.
Thanks. Birthdays?
In this context, no birthdays.
You're not at a Senate hearing, Jay. You can answer the fucking question.
God,
I know,
right?
but this is so much harder to answer than I think it is.
Not that I recall. I mean, like, come on, man. You're killing me here.
Allegedly.
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 They say it is.
Let's do better on this.
I don't know.
How many questions
You've
we
got
have left?
4 more.
Oh my
4.
God.
4.
I can't even remember the first 16.
I can't
We're
either.
at 38 minutes. Jesus.
Jesus Christ. We have got to wrap this fucking up. Okay.
All right, 4
I
left.
should have only done 2 platforms.
Blue Sky.
No.
WhatsApp?
Nope.
Mozilla Firefox?
That is not even an app. It's a web browser.
No, I'm kidding.
You're boomers out there.
My favorite social media platform, Pinterest.
Not technically porn.
It's so funny because when I answer this, I'm like, oh, this is so obvious.
Yeah, I guess when you know the answer, it's obvious.
Yeah, it's completely obvious, you dummies.
Like those fuckers at Wordle.
It's going to be something that's not social media at all.
I know.
It's, according to Google, considered as social media.
I mean, Google is social media if you consider it that way.
Discord?
We have 2 left?
Nope. Joe,
One
you have
left.
1 left now.
Guess whatever you
Man.
want. I love you and I trust you. And no matter what, we've all lost this game.
I'm going to tell you, because I'm a little bit nice, when I Googled this one, I said gay social media platforms.
Is it Grindr?
It is Grindr.
Oh. Bitch, I've been on Grindr in
social
years.
media. Lord.
Social media. That's networking.
I love the conservative part does make a lot more sense now, though.
And then whenever you said handmade, I was like, well, I mean, there is a lot of like handmade content going on. And then when you said games, I was like, there are a lot of men playing games on there.
Oh my God.
You should have
But
said mind games.
No. Good clarification. I should have done.
So we got 4 out of the 5, right?
You got
3.
Well, technically, yes, you got 4 out of the 5
yeah.
because the last one I gave you a hardcore hint.
Hard. 3.5.
Because you didn't give us any good hints before that. 19 really bad hints.
I said
one good
conservatives are on it. I thought you were going to be like, oh, Grindr.
No, why would I think that? Why would that ever jump into my brain?
Because you guys are weirdly smart and it confuses me. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it turns out we got 3.5, which is what the guy on Grindr probably is when he's lying to you.
But I think I hear the music coming back on, so we can finally finish this fucking episode.
Wow, did this episode go on forever?
But go call our hotline real quick and leave us a message. That number is 405-999-2242. You may ask one-word questions 4,000 times.
Boomers?
And Beardos, we need to go change our profile pictures, so it's time for us to go. If you'd like to help us out, go and subscribe to our podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social medias, like Pinterest, for any additional sundries that we may add to the market.
Jesus Christ. And don't forget to rate us in your top 8 and leave a review. Those reviews are what get us found by more listeners like you, and if each one of you would just share us on Facebook, that would double our growth.
Beardos, I need you to know, if you rate us, leave voicemails, and talk to us, you may make it to our top 8. But Tom's already number 1, so that may just leave you 7. So anyways, meet us on our social media sites, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We'd love to hear from you. You can also email us at beardsandsundries@gmail.com.
So, from behind our blank profile pictures on Truth Social here in the break room of Beards and Sundries, make sure to...
love yourself.
Because we already fucked the guy that's in our neighborhood. Love you too.
Local park bathroom. Bye!
I love your blank profiles. Bye. Send nudes.